This is the most important combat cast ever, at least for someone like me, who plays Scorpion, who is one of the 3 characters getting a new move in this patch. If you're wondering where the gameplay videos have been, we've actually known this move was coming for a few days now, because somebody actually asked about it, and we got it in emoji form. So starting tomorrow, we're back to just road to rank 1s and all of that. I wasn't gonna go under ranked and potentially throw my rank when my character is about to be much better. Scorpion mains, rise up, let's go! I really started to think a buff wasn't possible. Let's get into the combat cast. There's a whole bunch to talk about here. I haven't actually seen this yet, but this isn't live, and apparently Ermac's pretty good. I mean, we have Sonic Fox tweeting that Ermac is a new main.
Derek, let's talk about invasions and things like that.
Hi, DK here, talking about invasions. So, we've added in a few new types of encounters. A combo trial, where you have to defeat like a malfunctioning cyborg with a single combo. And also things that we're calling character trials, where we force you into a specific character and have you use their moves to get through this scenario we've put together for it. And also we've made more missions optional as well. We don't want people to get like stuck in their progression because of a survive mission might be hard or one thing or another. We really want to make sure that everybody's able to progress through these. So it's the season of the storms. Okay. Raiden is our new invader, and I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Of course, we'll have a new Titan battle and all our normal shenanigans, free character trials as well, in which we've removed the level requirement to get into the gateway.
A couple other things we want to talk about. King of the Hill is now crossplay.
Woo!
Yes!
You can play with people on different platforms.
Yes, you can use your social invites for your friends from crossplay or first party.
Awesome. So that's, I know people have been asking for that. It's finally here. We're excited for you guys to get in and I know a lot of people do their tournaments that way and things like that, so that'll be awesome. Glad that has made it to Mortal Kombat 1.
That is incredibly huge. That is what I've been saying since the beginning. King of the Hill crossplay is actually the most important. As he said, this means now, no matter what platform you play on, you should get involved with the community now if you haven't already. You can go compete in any tournament you want now. So that means you could try and win money. You can get sets against some of your favorite pro players, even if you get your butt whooped in it. It's just a feature that should have always been here, because in terms of growing the community and getting more people involved with the scene, we're about to see some sleeper Xbox sweats and sleeper PC sweats start taking tournaments from some of these PS players. You'll catch me on things like Rips Arena and Shirai Ryu Sunday and all those sorts of things.
Couple characters have received maybe some new moves.
Very exciting.
Yes. Scorpion might have a new string that's been added.
Okay.
Here's one that I think will be fun for a lot of people. Garrus, for the Garrus players, there's now a UI element at the bottom that shows how many times he's used his countdown. So you and the opponent will always know when he's at 3.
Correct.
So that's something people have been asking for, so we got that in there. Rain.
He's got a couple of new moves.
Rain has some new moves, which is neat. Reptile has a new long-range projectile he can use.
He's got like the MK2 classic spit that goes full screen.
Right, so you got a full new move for him, and he also his drop you can now cancel out of.
Yeah, he kind of flips back and goes invisible.
Yeah, it's really neat. Kind of help you with mix-ups and things like that. One of the big ones, I think, which is going to excite people, is Shijinko.
Yes, he's been meditating and learning new techniques.
This whole time.
Yes.
Shijinko has a lot of new techniques that he has learned. We're now going to show you just a little tiny supercut of some of the new stuff that he can do.
Is that a thing of supercut?
I'm going to call it that.
Okay.
So we're going to show that real quick, show you some other things that he can do. Let's take a look.
Shujinko is about to be a menace, and we've actually kind of known it. I just never wanted to straight up announce it because I wasn't quite sure. Real quick, I love how Derek looks like he's staring right into my soul. But if you had never tried Shujinko, the DLC characters actually gave Shujinko more moves than the base roster ones. Like Omni-Man, Peacemaker, Quan Chi, you could do multiple different moves, not just the 2 you were given for the base roster ones. They had like 4 instead for each one. Because really and truly, the issue that was happening is Shujinko just had matchups where he wasn't useful at all. So as you can see here, there's a lot of grounded launchers that have been added to characters that previously he was useless with. Next, we saw Rain's new moves. The big one I want to cover is his move from MK11 that is being brought to MK1, so it is a low starter into a launcher. RIP, because Rain has an overhead as well, and he's just gonna get way better. The other move looks great too, don't get me wrong, it's just the low string is really the important one. It gives Rain a lot. It launches on its own, and it can be used to continue combos as well. The move that looks like the Hydro Shield move in MK11 looks alright, but we really can't tell what its best use case will be from that clip alone. It was just used as an ender right there. And the last one that people are unsure about is I'm seeing speculation that Rain can now combo off of his back forward 1 cancel without a cameo at least. See, what I showed you right there is confusing people because normally that isn't really a highlight. Like, why would you show the part where you canceled incorrectly? You would normally want to do that on block, but here it was shown on hit, then a cancel, and then other moves were used. So we know for sure about 2 new moves, but if there is a back forward 1 cancel combo, that would just make Rain insane. He would be S tier.
Oh, a lot of neat, cool stuff. Got the Reiko grab.
What
Yeah.
can't he do?
I think stealing Li Mei's lantern is very fun.
You're going to find a lot of really neat things you can now do with Shujinko. Had to experiment with it because there's a lot of new stuff that'll be happening with this. Just a real big change to how he works as a cameo. So there's going to be a lot of time in the lab for those who want to learn Shujinko. Now, Ermac in this game, I'm going to try to explain him. It's like we like to do. Ermac's a rushdown character in this game. He doesn't have the projectiles you're sort of used to. He still has, a lot of the stuff you'll remember, your lifts you saw in the trailer, obviously. But he's more of a rushdown character, and it's not always low and high. He's more of a rushdown character that uses a series of really cancels he can use to keep the pressure going.
So you're going to be doing cancels?
We'll see what we can do.
I've seen you be very good at your desk.
Quickly, that's actually what I meant in the Ermac trailer. He looks like he plays like MK11 Jackie Briggs. You know how she had that variation slot that let her cancel 2 of her different strings? I am thinking that is what Ermac's going to be like. Also, he said not overhead and low type of mix, which is also what I was saying, that I don't think his starters are going to be overhead low. He's going to have overhead and low special moves, so you probably still can mix a little bit with the specials, but they're going to be unsafe, and so you're not going to be starting with overhead lows. He's going to probably get a lot of damage, good pressure like Jackie Briggs in MK11, and then you're going to have to actually work a little bit for your openings with throws and other things like that.
Different sort of cancels and into hit confirm, maybe sneak some throws in there. He plays a little differently than some of the past Ermacs, but those who've played Ermac before, everything you've always loved, he has for you.
Yeah, I do think he has pretty much all of the classic moves you expect: the push, the lift, the teleport, but a lot of them visually look different and have some neat functionality, like little spice to them.
One thing I really like about him too, and I think people will learn quickly, is that his combo freedom is pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of different stuff you can do combo-wise and way to get into combos with Ermac, which is going to make people pretty excited.
But I also don't think he's going to be that hard to play. I think there's going to be a lot of options, and I think it'll require a little bit of execution, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I never find a lot of analysis paralysis while I'm playing him. If I don't want to do the harder stuff, I don't have to. But if it's there and I'm able to do it, I will. I think a lot of different levels of player will enjoy Ermac.
So simple but with depth.
Yeah.
He looks so sick.
All right, here we are, Ermac with the mask.
Animation.
With the mask. And
Yeah.
the mask was pretty praised.
Yeah,
People like the mask.
And he has some of his gear is some of the coolest.
It's gnarly.
Yeah.
There's a helmet that I have been wearing exclusively, which I will not talk anything more about. His movement's awesome.
I love the weird marionette way he walks back and forwards. I think our design team and our animators have really nailed the kind of spooky mummy man,
On his
undead
knees
guy.
for his,
Yeah.
For his cool throw. You got the Movado throw, and then just crumples
Very
you.
painful.
Yeah, so let's talk about Ermac. One of his main strings that people are really going to enjoy. One of my favorites, kind of old school. One of those strings that ends in a grab at the end.
Very reminiscent of like the Ultimate MK3 kind of lift, except he throws him over, but that kind of hand gesture reminds me of it, which is cool.
Probably easier to do.
Yeah.
And if you want to, you don't have to do the ending and it's the knockdown.
That move right there, I bet you the grab section, the final hit of it that does to like 19%, I bet that combos with characters like Scorpion Cameo.
But why wouldn't you lift?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
it's
too
cool.
cool. Like
Yeah.
boom.
Do you lift, bro? Remember that?
This is one of his main strings too that I love using. 2-1-2. Pop up.
Yep.
It immediately goes into pop.
Meterless launch, by the way.
You want to. Just super cool. Like one of those moves people really enjoy because it takes a lot of the onus off of you. It's a pop-up combo. You get way up in the air and you can do stuff.
And I think you'll see that he has a lot of really cool air combos and air enders and stuff
He
like
has
that.
He has some of the most air moves in the game, I would say. This move, he
that another
kicks
meterless
you
launch?
and then
Just a burst of souls.
and it, for a string does a good amount of damage. This can be canceled out with some stuff that we will show later, so we're gonna hold off on that a little bit.
So I bet that move right there combos with somebody like Scorpion as well. I really feel like NetherRealm's going to try and make this the combo king character, and I mean, I really love that. I want to play a really flashy character.
His Torch 4 is really neat. This is this knee. And then Torch 4-3, it knocks them away. This is another move that, on the outset, looks just like a kind of a jumping knee.
Right.
A lot more is going to come from that later. We will get back to that as
Yeah,
well.
you'll notice he's airborne, which
Yes.
we'll talk about.
Keep that in mind, yes. It knocks him into the air.
Yeah, Scorpion Cameo is going to have a field day with this character without me even having to see what is inevitably going to be his charge stance, probably, like where he's blue instead. He'll probably be able to use like the anti-air launcher to continue that combo or many other extensions. But even if you don't have that form on yet, you can use Scorpion Cameo. All three of these strings Scorpion Cameo can pick up off of.
4-2-2 is an overhead.
Oh, he gets an overhead.
So, like we said earlier, there's not a lot of overhead lows with Ermac. This is one thing you kind of throw out and fish and, knock them down, knock them away. Or just throw the overhead out and cancel into a special.
It's also worth
So
considering
combos
while
off an
he
overhead.
may not have the best lows, the cameo systems means
Absolutely.
there are characters like Kung Lao and Frost that have good lows.
Absolutely. But this is a great one to start out there. Has a good amount of
distance,
range.
yeah.
Good amount of range. Back 2-4 is a cool sort of just trapping bounce. And it can be special canceled as well. If you want to. That's the full move. It knocks you fully away. And then you can do like a lift off. And more stuff.
He gets so many launching strings or strings that just easy combos after.
Fun. This is just his back 3. It's kind of like a get the heck off me move. Just sends you full back. A specter comes out and knocks you backwards. Gives you a little distance when you need it. With
Right.
Ermac.
It seems like he does do a lot of things to get distance as well.
He does, and he has a lot
That's a really good F neutral move.
as well. Let's talk about some special moves. As we've seen earlier, we got just the classic lift.
Yep, that big skeletal witch lady.
Now you can also meter burn that to trap them
Combo.
Oh.
and do air combos or whatever you want to do after that, which is super cool. A lot of fun. A lot of stuff you can do with that. He's got his push
Yep.
and has a good amount of range. That's the
That's
kind
my
of
guy.
thing.
No,
Yeah,
That's my
right?
guy.
Can it
That's
be
your,
done?
that's your guy. It's one of those good things when you're playing Ermac where you can always sort of like be checking people who are trying to move in on you.
Exactly.
And, they have to be really safe because
All I'm saying is, people give me a hard time about Scorpion Spear being annoying. Yeah, wait till you see that thing. Oh my, and he hasn't even meter burned it yet. And it looks like it starts up, at least gets to you faster, and we don't even know if it's duckable yet.
when you use meter on that, it is also armored.
Which is a great armor move. You can use that to beat projectiles, long-range normals. You could like whiff punish with it.
Right. And that's full. I just did pretty much max distance right there, and that's.
You got some good range.
Fun fact, comboable armor, by the way. Look how, before we go to the teleport, yeah, armored launching combos with Scorpion. It's slow enough that you could get Scorpion set up like the far version, and he perfectly throws you at an arc that would... This character's gonna have so many combo routes. So many. Also, what is with the last 2 DLCs having amazing armor? Like, that's good range and very fast startup, kind of like Peacemakers, that just is armored. Okay. I'm here for it. I want fun characters.
This teleport is very interesting. So see, I'm starting on the ground. I teleport. I end on the ground.
You're just on the ground there.
I can also go up. So I can go on the ground or the air.
Do it again now, what?
So I can go up, or I can do it from the air and go up. You can do it to the air and go back down.
Wow.
So like any up, down, you can mix and match them.
Mind blown right now.
One thing that's fun to do too is you can actually kind of go up here with it and you're right in their face.
Right.
And you know, a lot of people might do something to you, a lot of people won't. So that's a lot of fun too.
It's also going to be a thing that's really going to add to their mental stack when you have multiple options coming up. They're going to have to look for the teleport and then also guess how you're going to teleport back in.
Right. Big thing, down back 2 is this. Oh, that's not that.
Oh.
Did it wrong.
Oh.
Hover.
Okay.
So hover
Gets a float.
does quite a few things. You're hovering. You can cancel it early, that sort of thing. If you meter burn it, it's quicker.
Nope.
And we'll explain that in a second. So remember that knee we talked about?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about that knee.
So you can cancel
Very cool.
into knee with teleport, with levitate. So you can continue pressure. So I can do that. Maybe I come down and I throw. Lots of things you can do with that. So if he's in the air, he can do his levitate, which opens up a lot of things. Like this string I showed earlier.
He's really going to come up with some crazy stuff.
Things,
Very cool.
missed it. Hold on, sorry. So I can levitate out of it.
It's meterless, by the way.
Okay, Lanny.
Right.
Nice.
Into a full combo.
Okay, not a whole lot of base damage, but okay, so hover's great. Clearly, it's going to give tons of meterless combo routes. It does look like if you use meterless hover, the scaling will be a bit more, and that makes sense. You can't literally make every move a meterless launch. You would just be OP. You would never have to spend meter. You could armor break everything. But cameos can fill these roles as well, where he didn't need to spend 2 bars of meter later down in the combo. You just get a cameo out there that helps you. And yeah, Ermac's confirming on everything. And yeah, the teleport, better than Scorpion. You saw my facial reactions during it. That's crazy. And then a levitate is even crazier. Oh gosh. There's going to be so many combo routes, like infinite.
So it's just, you always, you know,
I love that kind of UMK3
Pose, yeah.
pose. It's
once you start putting this pressure on, like where does it go, right? And that's going to be really fun for a lot of people to play with. I've really enjoyed it.
This character does feel like MK11 Jackie. If you go back and watch that final bit he did right there in the corner, that very much looks like the Jackie, like, leap up, then she gets, like, air hits and keeps you cornered. I'm just speculating. Plays a lot like Jackie Briggs, MK11.
No, that's not weird, right? Everyone
not-
does that, right?
Absolutely normal.
Okay.
Let's talk about some new stuff to Mortal Kombat 1's Ermac. First off, there's this move called Death's Embrace,
Okay.
where he comes out, a spirit touches him, and he gets this sort of shield on him.
Right.
While that is active, and it lasts 5-6 seconds, there it went away, your health bar is now your meter. So you are getting meter taken off instead of health. Right?
So a very clear scenario would be you're about to lose.
Right.
You have only 1 hit left,
But you got full meter.
but you got 3 bars.
You know, let's say you're way ahead and the time's running out. Turn it on, they're chipping away at your meter
Right.
while your health bar is safe. The cool thing about this too is you can turn it off whenever you want to. So if someone's doing a combo to you, you can take half that combo, turn it off. Like there's a lot of different like mind games you can play with it, some fun stuff that way.
Also, the little demon lady looks really cool.
She does. Another move that's new is Spirit Punch. So he has this punch where he charges it up and lets out just a torrent of these spirits. Now it has a bunch of levels. You can do it just real quick, just knock them away. Hold it down, gives you a crumple state.
Ooh.
And then it's time. You know?
Right.
Okay.
Now here's the other thing. This move can be canceled out. So you can turn it on, I can back out, turn it on, back forward. You can put it in a move. You can do it during a combo and do it. I'm sorry to say not great at that, but you can continue pressure like we were talking about earlier. Super cool move. Another move he has that's new is this Shrieking Souls move, where he slides on the ground and knocks you up. This also can be canceled. So once you hit, you can double dash forward and continue a combo. So I can be like,
Okay.
Very
like
cool.
that.
Another meterless launch, by the way.
Got it.
and
Another-
so that it just always like constant pressure with Ermac. You're continuing moving forward, pressuring them, teleporting around. Just like you talked about earlier, I love the term when you use mental stack.
Yes.
There's so much, just like a lot of our characters, there's so much stuff you have to think about while you're fighting him that could happen at any time.
It also seems like a reoccurring thing here is combo options, possibility, routes. Very cool.
One of my favorite moves he has is this. He's got, this
Oh.
is his only quote-unquote projectile. As you can see, it runs across the ground. You can only do it in the air. If you use meter, it costs 2 bars of meter. But you can also do this, and it'll send out these hands.
That's so
which
cool
will start a
looking.
combo.
Okay. In the trailer, that's why it looks so good. It's 2 bars.
To the knee, the thing that's sort of in the thesis of the
Combos
story,
with knee, huh?
is you can do it from knee. Which means if you want to use the bars, you know, it's into the round.
Yeah, and look how fast that knee starts up.
Come in, do that.
Very cool.
Wow.
That's Ermac in a nutshell. Lots of cool stuff he can do. Players who've played him before will get a lot of the same feeling, but there's a depth to him with these cancels, with these air shenanigans, we'll call them, that you can do.
It hardly seems like a fair fight that he has these ghost helpers.
Yeah.
Right? That doesn't seem fair.
Right, like it's Mortal Kombat, and ghosts are inherently, they've left this mortal coil.
They sure have. And yeah, he's got plenty of health,
Yeah,
which is awesome.
I guess they're all
Quick thing, we heard him say that he didn't have the skill to hit the cancels in a combo, but that means, yeah, more meterless routes or more just extra damage. So he can, kind of similar to other cancel characters, very much like MKX Scorpion, can actually cancel it and continue comboing. You just have to have pretty good execution. So, I mean, I kind of like that. If he's saying he doesn't really have the skill for it, it's not going to be something you see everyone doing, but it just adds more damage onto this dude. And then on top of that, yeah, his meter, if you just hold onto the 3 bars with all your meterless launches, towards the end of the game, you can just activate that and not take damage for 6 seconds and turn it on and off during the combo. That's wild. I can't wait. I'm playing all day tomorrow.
We should definitely show his Fatal Blow.
Fatal Blow.
Because it is a projectile.
What?
Ooh,
Yeah, so
projectile
let's do this.
fatal? Ah, that's cool. I mean, there's a startup to it. It's not going to be that cheap. I know with the low ranks, it's going to get people.
So Vaughn has a bunch of, he does a couple things. He has some setup tools. He has some combo extension tools. He has a way you can, use flawless block to push them back, which I will not be showing. It's in the trailer.
Okay.
I cannot do that. Just a lot of really cool stuff. So let's take a look.
So it is a push block if you flawless block, which is why they showed Shao doing the overhead axe for it. So that's pretty good. It's not something you could just throw out every single time.
One thing he has that's really neat. He'll just throw out this mine, which will pull you forward, and at the end, you're kind of crumpled and knocked down.
it's
Now,
combo.
they can block that.
Is that some red dragon tech right there?
that's right.
It
yeah.
is.
Yep.
So, boom.
Created
Got
by
it.
the same scientists that built Su Hao's chest plate.
It sure feels like it, right? So he's got that. He can also, this is one of my favorites. This is generally used for a nice combo ender to add some damage. You can do just fling each other into each other. Can you
Nomad's Touch.
explain that to
That
people who
is
don't know?
a Cabal move from MK Deception. I'm so excited to have Movado in. He stole his hook swords in Deception. He stole Nomad's Touch. What a criminal.
Yeah,
I
I was
love
gonna say he's a
it.
criminal. I mean,
Okay, so just like a good combo under, and it closes space as Ermacs are rushed down.
Also this is really cool. When you knock them down, you can slide out with him at low. And people are like, what does that do? Now it adds a little damage for 1. What I enjoy it for is it stops wake ups.
oh.
So they just have to hold that.
Yep.
And that's sort of what I've been sort of theory crafting its use as. Super cool though. The two other moves he has, like remember these knees, we talked about these earlier. If they're in the air, he can fly back towards them and knock them back towards you, which is super cool. So you can just combo continuation. He can also do it from the sky.
I was going to
with
ask.
a different input, which I like showing it like this.
And that is neat because normally you cannot combo after an uppercut.
Some characters can.
Right.
Sonya's, I believe, can. Scorpion's, I believe, can. This is a new one that you can do it on, and it's pretty. I slid underneath.
He's like, I'm out.
It's pretty easy to do, I think, too. So that's neat. It's depending on what move you're doing to them is what you'll decide to do with either coming forward or dropping down. But for me, I found it really easy. Ermac has a lot of moves that I think it works with really well. I mean, that could be recency bias because I'm playing the characters together, but I've really enjoyed it.
Well, I think one thing that would be cool is he could help extend your combos if you're a character that's not combo focused.
Right.
Or if you are like Ermac and you have a lot of options, you can even go double down, which I think is one of the coolest things about the cameo system, the ability to kind of, triple, quadruple down, or fill in gaps that you might have.
So yeah, he does get an on the ground, but it's crazy that it breaks armor, which really makes sense if you have the trap as well. It allows a mind game that the opponent can't just always armor to stop you from getting the trap set up. You now can mix it up. Sometimes you'll do the on the ground to keep the opponent honest on wake up. I like that a lot. And then the launchers are great. Down 2 combos are great. I talked about that with Janet Cage. She can combo 4 characters with down 2s. All right, here's the fight. Obviously, it's not gonna be in the best quality because it's streamed from NetherRealm, so it's stream quality. But we're already seeing some insane combos. The scaling is fairly strict for Ermac, at least so far. But he just always is launching, so... I wish we got to see Scorpion in this fight. Okay, that didn't scale. Oh, we're gonna see a big one off rip. I wanted to know how much that did without using this, but it looked like it was gonna do 38-ish% without having to spend too much meter. Holy, we're already at 55% on that? Okay, that's gonna make some people mad. That was 1 bar, 55% by the way. Ooh, okay, Reptile's new projectile is fast, and there's the tele cancel. Holy, the cancels on Ermac are nuts. Oh yeah, everyone's gonna be playing Ermac. That was a clean setup. So it looks like the trap is the ambush move. Okay, you can't combo off the cancel. You see, he was about to do it right there. Wow, for a down 2 combo, it doesn't really scale. That's cool. Yep, there's the flawless block from Obado. He could have ended it there. He didn't want to. Oh, never mind. That's amazing. The BM though, the bad manners to purposely not amplify that combo just so you could get the brutal. So I thought they were going to talk about Scorpion's new move in the Kombat cast, but turns out it's just on Twitter. But this is it right here, and it's pretty interesting looking. It takes from Scorpion's 214. That final kick is the ender of the 214 string, and it is a mid in the 214, the 1 and the 4, so the second and third hit are both mids. So it looks like it will be mid-mid. Now, the Scorpion group chat on Twitter that features most of the best best Scorpion players, at least out there, that are active in tournaments and all that kind of stuff, most people aren't too happy with this being the only buff, because a lot of forward 3's problems stem from actually being so stubby and slow if it's that stubby, because if you're not like ultra prepared or the character has an amazing backdash, people can down one, you can block that down one as the Scorpion, and when you go for your mid, your forward 3, which should be your turn and it should be guaranteed like it is with every other character, it just isn't far reaching enough or fast enough on startup to actually catch the opponent. So they backdash and full punish you for just using your mid correctly. So we will see. I don't want to speak too much on it right now. That's why it's at the end of the video, because one, I thought it would be in the Kombat cast, and two, I don't have a lot to say. We're going to be playing it tomorrow. So I am interested to see if Spear will combo meterlessly. I think regardless, Spear will combo with the meter burn version because it comes out faster. But if not, that kind of stinks. I mean, I get it. It would make the launching version a little less useful, but I think what could happen is forward 3-2 gets buffed scaling, meaning you do more damage if you use the launching version, and then the version that we see here will be very scaled. So you're only going to get like 26 to 28% on the combos. Who really knows though? Still a big W. Any buff is a good buff, and yeah, now we actually have a mid that we don't get punished for using, considering the first hit of the mid is not very good, so I'll take that. That was sick. Yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. If you guys enjoyed, catch me in whatever I upload tomorrow. It's probably gonna be an Ermac video, but it'll also be Scorpion. I don't know. I want to play both tomorrow. Scorpion, though, I have time because, yeah, I'll do an Ermac video tomorrow and then Scorpion the next day. So I'm excited. Catch you guys next time.